Guys, are you excited with the products? I don't see. Can I hear you louder? So from holidays to telecommunication, we will bring you back to new product range.
That is right. And I'm excited here because I learned this from a great network marketing guru in the United States. He said there are 3 things that we need to do to be successful. Number 1, personal development. We need to pay attention to ourselves. The first person that we need to lead is ourselves. And the second one is still personal development. And the third one is still personal development. Now, the good news is we now have a product that can help you improve in this area and move on with your business. Are you excited with that? If, Mahendra, I would like to ask you a question. If you can do this in the convenience of your home, will you do it?
Why not?
Oh, good. Another question. If I will tell you that because you're doing this in the convenience of your home, there is no commute, or I would say your daily commute will be maybe seconds from your bed to your computer. Will you enroll in this course?
Yes, very much. Maybe at the convenience of the iPad on my
Oh, in your bed.
desk.
So there's really no commute anymore.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And the good news even is that just now I found out that this is something that you can do at your own pace. Is that great? I am going to talk to this crowd because they are the ones responding. Is that great? Do you like that? Okay, now we're all talking to each other. And so can you contribute something about that, Mahendra?
Guys, a new product range, online learning. We are in the industry of e-commerce, all right? And this product range definitely suits us because we spend more time on the computers than anywhere else. Am I right? Okay, so
without much further ado, I would like to give you a brief bio of our next speaker. He is a professor of organizational leadership, representing our partners, the leading online university in Switzerland. Executive development expert who is known for teaching many leaders the principles that have helped to reshape their lives. His work has been featured on major media networks like ABC, NBC, Entrepreneur Magazine, Harvard Update, LA Times, and the Chicago Tribune, to name only a few. And he also presented this work at the 2007 Global Conference on Business and Economics in Rome, and in 2008 National Conference on Diversity, Race, and Learning. I would also want to mention here that he is the author of 2 books. Titles are Inside the Chinese Business Mind. Exciting. And another book, Survival Tactics. And his motto, ladies and gentlemen, is this: enabling systemic shifts in thought around the world and leading humanity towards evolution from within. Let us all welcome Dr. Ted Sun.
put your hands together for Dr. Ted Sun.
much. Thank you. Now, how many of you believe? Raise your hands. Now, the trick question is, what do you believe in? What do you believe in? Is it about yourself? Is it about your family members, your community? Right? You have to believe in everybody around you in addition to yourself. One thing we're going to start talking about here is about really understanding how to empower yourself. Nothing moves forward without you. You and your knowledge base. How much you grow internally determines how successful you're going to be in your lifetime, as well as part of the V family here. Right? It's all about your internal growth. So as we take a look at the first slide here, the first question to start asking, what kind of lasting impact could I make? What is a lasting impact? How many of you want to make a lasting impact? Can't hear you. How many of you want to make a lasting impact? Now, yep. Okay. Those of you that are slow to raise your hand, think about the lasting impact, right? If you're looking to make an impact on humanity as a whole, what kind of products do you want to give them? How do you want to help people around you to move forward? When we talk about a lasting impact, it's about your ability to give something for a lifetime. Not just give something that they use one time and they forget about you, but give somebody something that's that special so that they grow for endless time and use it over and over again. That's what I mean by the lasting impact. Okay? Now, looking at the online e-learning process. Right? One of the most important aspects around the world, as you already know, is that the world is going to become more and more technologically advanced. Our latest research shows that there's over 100 million e-learners all over the world at this point. Can you imagine that number? Right? Part of the V family has 6 million. 100 million. And guess what? I'm going to give you a challenging goal today. Your goal is to make that number double within 2 years. Think you can do that? Of course. Right? Now, this is the fun aspect of what we're talking about here. When you empower people with e-learning, you don't just empower yourself, you don't just empower that person, you empower that person as well as the community around them. The different types of e-learning that we're going to offer to you has to do with management, have to do with learning how to build successful relationships. One of the most key important aspects of life is learning to build successful relationships, right? To move forward, you have to be able to build successful relationships. Right? So, looking at the e-learning, it has incredible demand. How many people has ever actually get on the internet to learn something? Just about every single one of you? Anybody not on the internet so far? Never seen the internet? A few people? Okay, we're going to change that. The earliest products, we're going to help you get more access, right? The demand around the world is increasing dramatically. Right? Now, as the demand increases, what happens? The global economy wants people to move forward. How do you move forward as an economy? I hear there's all different types of people here. People from the Middle East, right? Where are my people from the Middle East? Right? There you go. Right? And then the Middle East wants to move forward in the global economy and compete against the Indians, right? Where are the Indians? Wow, that's loud. Okay, who can be louder than them? We have the UK over here. All right, great. Now, the high demand has to do with the global economy. To move forward, you have to be knowledgeable about what you're selling, who you are as an individual, and all the different knowledge base that's out there. The high demand has to do with people that wanting to move forward and knowing you can no longer move forward by simply living in your own little home the entire time. But let me give you a trick to that. Online learning allows you to sit at home and grab all the wonderful knowledge from Africa, from the Middle East, from India, pull that together in one single platform so you can move forward as an individual in the comfort of your home. Right? Now, the other aspect of it is also highly accessible. Right? In the old days, you have to walk to the classroom and sit in the classroom to learn. On e-learning, you simply wake up, turn on your computer, or if you've downloaded everything ahead of time, you don't have to worry about it. Just turn on your computer and then simply watch the screen. Click a few buttons, interact. You can be at the beach, you can be taking a vacation, you can do anything you want and be learning at the real pace with real life. Right? Now, here's the fun aspect of this e-learning platform. When you face a challenge in the world with a relationship, with a family member, with a business, with a strategic alliance partner, where can you turn? E-learning can be your personal guide to give you the knowledge you need. You face a conflict with somebody. Here's your partner in learning. You can pull it up at anywhere you want, in the middle of a meeting, on the beach, sitting in your bedroom, thinking about new ideas. You can do that at anywhere that you like. Right? Another humongous power. Other aspect, it's highly relevant. Right? We talked about the different knowledge base. Whose knowledge is better? Where? Knowledge from India. Wow. Anybody agree with them or disagree with them? Okay, so you have a whole bunch of Indians saying knowledge from India is the best. Okay, excellent. Now, this is a little bit of a trick question. Knowledge from India works in India extremely well. When you take that knowledge and apply it to a different country, it's going to have little challenges, right? The most interesting aspect about learning is when we pull different knowledge base from different countries into a single knowledge pool. So when you go to Malaysia, if you're Indian, if you go to the Middle East, if you're Indonesian, wherever you go, you can have that knowledge base right there at the touch of your fingertips. So you can learn exactly what you need to learn no matter where you're going to travel. And hopefully you're all keeping in mind, your networks doesn't have to stay within your own community, right? Your networks can expand far beyond physical borders. And this is where that knowledge becomes extremely helpful. So the knowledge on an e-learning platform is a lot more relevant. It's not stuck in a physical textbook, right? A physical textbook they have to print and get it to you. That logistics, costly. E-learning platform, we deliver it, we hit a button. Every time you look at the course, every single month, we'll give new updates. Something happened in this part of the world, we can update that. Another piece of information happened, a tsunami happened, something great happened, a new innovation. We can change that continuously. Okay? So it can make it highly relevant for you. Okay. Another key aspect, how many of you know about the Swiss quality? You've all seen, how many of you have a Rolex watch? A few of you? You can write this down for your own goal. For every single one of you, within 2 years, you can easily afford a Rolex watch. Right? Can you do that? Yes, of course you can. Right? Now, part of the Swiss brand is being able to be extremely precise. Precise in how we put the knowledge together. There's a lot of e-learning platforms out there, but yet when it comes to the Swiss high-quality piece, we look at the best possible, and then we build an organization around that so that we can bring the best knowledge to you. So it's not simply a bunch of stuff that's put together, squeezed in a box, and here you go. It's here's what they're doing in America, here's what they're doing in Europe, here's what's happening in Africa, Asia. We pull all that together into a very tight-knit package for you. Right? That's our e-learning platform. Now, another aspect, how many of you would like to drive one of these cars? All right? It's an extremely fun car to drive. How many of you have ever driven one outside of a video game? One or two people, right? I see a few hands up, the lucky ones. Now, if you look at this, state-of-the-art technology, right? When you drive regular cars, when you take a turn, you have to go really slow. When you get a car like this, you can go really fast, 2-3 times faster, and just go, right? That's what technology brings forward to you. In this constant world of change that we have today, you're going to get financial crisis, you're going to get earthquakes, you're going to get tsunamis, all kinds of natural disasters that we're facing. How do we make ourselves really quick in maneuvering exactly where we need to go without being trapped? If we move slowly, we're going to get stuck, and we're going to hit some type of wall. But if we can move with the state-of-the-art technology as we've developed in this product here with eLearning's platform, you can see exactly what the latest technology is out there, and then we can pipe to you the latest news and events that makes the learning a lot more fun and interactive. Another fun aspect, it cannot break. Okay? It's like a toy. It's like a toy that you can't break, right? You take a lot of material products, it may break. This product, could it really break? It's knowledge, right? And also, even more importantly, when we think about, you got the diamond group there, very nice. When you think about the diamonds, right, you look at it as a very precious metal. But even more powerful is knowledge. Consider the investment in the knowledge that you gain from it. When you invest in knowledge, you can continue to use that over and over and over again. It will be an endless amount of rewards for you. Whatever you invest in, you will gain a lot more of a lifetime coming back. Right? And of course, we all want to have fun. Right? Anybody not want to have fun? Good, nice and quiet. We all want to have fun, right? Yes, and you guys, so far, I've seen a lot of different audiences in the world, and it's great to see how much fun you guys have. And every single speaker, you're like up and running and cheering and shouting. That's awesome. Now, the fun part about this e-learning platform is it's also fun. How many of you like going to school? A few people. I see about 10% of people raising their hands here, right? For those of you that didn't raise your hands, one of the challenges with school is it may not be fun for you. With the e-learning platform, we add on a lot of new technology in there so that you can continuously play with it. It becomes almost like a game. You like games? Right? In your business world, you play the game of business. How do you move forward? Taking new strategies, new actions to see when you can make a bigger difference. The learning platform allows you to do that with simulations, with videos that you can simply sit and watch and have fun with it. The final point I want to make here, it's affordable. Now, consider everything we've talked about so far. Everything about this e-learning platform is that you're able to make it scalable. You get the latest knowledge from around the world. You can use it anywhere you want, whether you're sitting in your home in your pajamas, whether you're at a client meeting with customers, building new relationships. No matter where you're at, you have access to this. And affordability brings that knowledge to you, to all of your customers, anybody you want to work with. It's easy. It's no longer you have to go to a physical building and learn something from a professor. It becomes something that's extremely powerful so that anybody can have it. We want to move people forward, right? That's part of my vision in my life as well, moving humanity forward. Not taking something and hiding it and say, this is mine. And I understand part of the V family is about sharing, right? Moving people forward. Nobody's ever going to lead all the time. You exchange that leadership, right? That's how you have the V sign, right? Okay? So sharing that knowledge on a regular basis, making it affordable, making it accessible for everybody in the world. So that by 2 years, in 2 years, you will hit that 200 million mark and make an impact on the world from the learning. Right. Now, here's the personal benefit side. You're all going to get a certificate, right? What do you guys do with certificates? You take it, you hang it on the wall, right? Even more important, with certificates, it's a sense of achievement. Imagine yourself looking at the certificate on the wall. what does it say about you? When you look at it, it's a mirror for you. It's a mirror for your customers. It says, I have commitment. I am dedicated. I can do something to change my life. I have achieved something. That's what the certificate is all about. And when they go through one of the eLearning platforms and the courses that we've developed, you will easily be able to look at yourself with a much higher level of confidence. As this whole conference is built around belief, your belief in yourself is going to be the most powerful statement you can make. Right? Imagine your wall with many achievements. What does that say about you when guests come to your home? Right? You can be much more proud of the achievements you can make for your children, for everybody you touch out there, giving them more achievements, a much more positive emotional attachment for you. Right? So that's the product overall. And as we move forward, keeping in mind, this particular certificate is accomplished by going through one of the eLearning courses. Right? Now, this, in a way, is the perfect product. Right? What do you guys think? Is it the perfect product? It's affordable. It's accessible to anybody, any part of the world. It brings you relevant knowledge that moves you forward. It moves families forward. It moves communities forward with knowledge so you can empower people to move forward. Now, we're going to give you a few quick screenshots of what the product looks like. Okay? There's some very basic features. Anybody's been on the website, it's very, very easy to use. Just a few clicks of the mouse. So, thank you. Now, this gives you a few very simple views of what the product looks like. Over here on the right-hand side, or your left-hand side that is, you will see there's animation. The eLearning platform allows animation to talk to you like a person. But this person will never talk down to you. It will always empower you with new knowledge. With every single course you take, you will get different unit breakdowns. And each unit will tell you exactly what the key knowledge is, how to apply it, and then you'll also get specific exams, quizzes to help you learn. Now, another fun aspect about this, the product doesn't say, you're wrong, you didn't do it well, you're not a good student. Nobody's going to sit there and monitor you. How many of you like being monitored? Being watched, somebody to watch over your shoulders. Right? Sometimes it can be fun, but the eLearning platform is not about monitoring you. It's about empowerment. So you can learn it as many times as you want, over and over and over again until you get it. And then you go out into the real world to apply it. Other aspect, it will also bring you books, ebooks. Ebooks give you the power so that you no longer have to go to the bookstore. I teach in universities all over the world. It's really fascinating. When I go to, how many of you, where's people from Africa here? There's people from Africa. Over there too. Excellent. Now, one of the interesting parts, when I go to different universities and help out the African universities, I see textbooks that are old, are out of date. One key aspect about eLearning is there's no such thing. We can always bring you the latest research, the latest knowledge at a touch of a button. So the knowledge base will never be old. You can get current events tied into the theory so you can understand exactly why it's happening, not just this is happening out here and that's it. All right. And then of course, one of the final outcomes, and you can take this as many times as you want, there's electronic exams, electronic quizzes to guide you in your process, to make sure that you move at a good pace. Right? It'll always be there to give you constant feedback so that you know how to learn and move forward. And when you're done, you get a certificate of completion. Right? Now, looking at this product, keeping in mind that it has the knowledge to move you forward, how much belief can it build inside you? Is it this much? Or is it this much? This much, right? Now let me see all raise your hands. How many of you believe this much? Excellent. Now, think a little bit outside the box. Get out of your seats. How many of you believe this much? Excellent. Way up here, it is pointing up there to the stars. If you believe in yourself to be able to reach the star, you will. Right? So thank you very much for your time. Good luck, and we'll see you online.